Hi everybody, welcome back. And I just wanted to go over the last couple of little projects that I started. So, as I've mentioned in my other videos, I'm sure I've mentioned it, that I'm a newbie at all of this type of crafting stuff and like making journals and creating art journals and working in them. And because in one of my other videos, I showed you how I took a book, an older book. I mean, it's not that old, but how I tore out some pages and started creating it into an art journal. Um, I've been looking at other videos about glue books, which is basically journals that you can use for just collaging, basically. You can kind of do a mixture of like, you can paint in it if you want to and write in it if you want to, but for glue books, it's mostly just collaging. And a lot of what I'm doing right now is collage based, and I'm loving it. It's doing something with my hands. It's part creativity, artistic, and it's really, it speaks to me. And in the videos I've watched recently, there was one video that talked about how to take apart a Daphne's Diary magazine. I'm like, oh, what's this magazine? Um, I live in Canada in the Atlantic province of New Brunswick, and sometimes we don't always find the things we can see that other people's use. So I was like, well, I've never seen that magazine before, but maybe because I wasn't looking for it, I might not find it. It just so happened I wasn't looking for this magazine the other day. I just happened to see it, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a store that actually has it. But it was quite pricey. I was like, oof, wasn't expecting to pay that much for a magazine, but I was willing to pay it just because it is craft related and I can do these little crafts for myself. For anybody that's watching other videos about people selling the journals that they do with this magazine, you cannot, just because of copyright infringement. So you can make them for yourself and gift them, but you cannot sell them to the public, and you cannot make a profit off of them just because of copyright. So you can make these and gift it to a friend or a relative, or keep them for yourself. So the projects I'm doing, I'm just doing it for myself. It's literally just a hobby. So just to show you, this was the cover. There was a section up here that said Daphne's, and then that says diary. It's been cut down to size for what I want to do it. This was the back of the cover. It's a very nice matte finish, and it's really great. A lot of people are using these magazines to make little journals with, which is great. And I have a tendency to start stuff and never finish them. So just the fact that I got these two things done, the goal is to actually going to use them. So my idea is to use one for maybe poems, and then maybe the other ones for like quotes and affirmations. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use for what, but we'll see. So let's just do a quick flip through as to what I did. So I did use some magazine pages that came with the book. So this one here, I've got the nice yellow cover. That's the inside of the cover. And I decided to put it's not too busy here, so I decided to put a nice little magazine page there. I really liked that photo there. And then from the book I was talking about that I took out some pages, I used some of those and inserted them in here. And then I used some craft paper. It's quite a thick paper. I actually wanted more sheets in here, but because the craft paper was a little thicker than I wanted it to be, it created too thick of a pack, so it was too hard to put together and thread. It might have been easier if I put like an elastic instead of threading it through, but I just decided to go with the thread because that's what I have. I'm just trying to use what I have. Nice pretty flowers here, the bee, more flowers. And this is a nice background to this. This is like just something that you can cut out, little envelopes for garden seeds that you can gift people. I decided to use it in the journal page because that's really pretty and you can accent it. Another book page, another magazine page that was colorful, nice food coloration. I like to think I'm a foodie. I like to eat food. I love food. Another garden seed page with another different background. And then I used this piece as my centerpiece, though because there's only one thread holding it in, I might have to figure out how to secure this a little bit better because it's only sewn in at the bottom there. And again, this is just going backwards from the other side of the other pages that we've seen earlier. This is just a quick flip through the bottom, the bee's butt, another bee. This is really pretty. You know, you could just hide the, you could keep the bumblebee, but you can hide the words with something. And that was the inside cover and the outside cover. From what they say and what it says here, it's like this is the following Daphne's diary will appear on the 20th of August. So I've heard from other people that the design on these is either going to be the same design on the next cover, the next issue, I'm not sure, or the artwork is going to be in the next issue. I'm not sure how it works. Again, I'm a newbie at these magazines, but I really like them. So this was the front cover, as I mentioned it earlier. I trimmed it out even more this morning because I noticed that I mean, there's still quite a bit of a gap there compared to the bottom. I had to trim this down a little bit. So for this one, because there's flowers here, I chose a craft paper as my front page, followed by this one. And I just felt having that with that would have been too busy. But this is really pretty to start as the first magazine page. And then I can collage here and here. Then I could write here quotes, write them in or stick them in however I feel I want to do the project. With this B page, I folded it vertical instead of horizontal. And that way you can really see the nice image of the bee here. We don't lose the details here. And then we have the flowers there. And I'm just going to flip through. I love that. That's nice. This was a sheet talking about how to stay cool. And there's a big poster that comes in the magazine. And I cut out the pieces that was themed with on how to stay cool. But the color scheme was more blue, green, and yellow, I think. So I'll probably do a different project with that. Not that I have a specific theme in this one. I just tried to keep it fairly nice. This was really pretty. It talks about midsummer. And it says here that midsummer is celebrated all around the world. Parties are traditionally held on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. I'll probably not keep that. I'll probably hide that with something. But the page itself is going to stay the same. This is really, really pretty. It's a nice flower wreath. I like that. And then more book pages, more craft paper pages. This was really pretty. I like that. So I'll probably end up hiding the words there. And then more. Some of these pages, they feel like they make no sense, but the whole point is just to have them there to add to it. Like, you know, like a part of this could be kept, but then everything else could get covered. Like they say, there's no rules. You know, I could keep the bee photo, but then cover the rest. And that was the flowers we saw here. That was the inside of the back cover. So for me to have these two things done, not necessarily started on the inside, but they're projects, they're actually made and done. I'm proud of that. Because ask anybody that knows me well, I start shit and I don't finish them. So I'll get going in finding some inspiration to get this filled. And I will see you on my next video to show you my next project that I have on the go. Have a good one.